How's it going, everybody? It's Decoy here with another video. So Orion and Sirius are out, named and based off of the constellations. I have them. Let's go take a look. Let me go ahead and find them. I mean, this is to me like super cool, but it also gives me hope for Equinox. And let's go ahead and take a look at their abilities. So, Orion, the green boy. So he's got Coronal Ejection, hurls Sirius Jade Light infused scythe, dealing heat damage while collecting any pickups in its path. So, and then if you hold it, it switches to, you switch to Sirius when you do that. If you hold the attack, you switch between the two characters. That's kind of the way that they work. And then Sirius conjures Jade Light motes that slowly regenerate over time, attacking enemies, launching the motes, dealing heat damage and status effect. And then Sirius creates a well of light that heals and revives allies while reducing incoming damage. The well slowly grows in size and power. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? I mean, if you put some range on this, you could get pretty decent. And then Celestial Crash, which is the twins do this kind of double combo thing. I'll go over that after I talk about oh, you know what, I got them confused again. Orion is red, green is Sirius. It's fine. So then Gravitic Slash, it's slash damage and status effect while reducing shields and armor, which is awesome because it only drains, for me, it only drains 10.5 energy, which means I can just, spam that. Astral Shell is kind of like a decoy from, Loki. So, but also I think it does some sort of explosive damage. I know it doesn't say it there, but it does have blast damage. So I think it does kind of do something after it, until it's destroyed. Event Horizon is just a mini black hole. Like, And then if you hit it with Gravitic Slash or Coronal Ejection, which is, you can actually swap back to Orion. It'll continue it, and it'll Gravitic Slash will direct it away from Orion, and Coronal Ejection will pull it towards Sirius. So swapping between them grants 45% ability efficiency for the next 2 casts. And then when below 50 energy, Sirius and Orion will steal energy from each other. They're modded separately. And then whichever of the two you are not controlling will continue to fight and cast abilities independently. So it's like Super Wukong. And you can aim your first ability up or down or around you, and then that combos with Jade Stars, and then Jade Stars and Astral Shell are actually applied to both them. This is a very intense frame. So, what I wanted to go over with this is when you attack, there is like a little star chart kind of next to you're above your, like above where your abilities are. Actually, you can probably see it there on screen. And if you match the coloring, you know, you can't do more than 2. You know, you can't just spam all red. You can only do 2. So like, it'll only count if you attack. You know, it can't be red, 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 red. It has to be red, red, green, and then red, red if you want. The color doesn't really matter. I kind of go back and forth between the 2 of them. But of course, if you're, you know, you have to use an attack, you know, I kind of fill up my celestial chart fast. The other thing, you know, here they are right there. There's Sirius, there's Orion. I am personally gonna go ahead and make them not the default. I think I'm gonna make Orion look a little bit more like kind of a void, kind of darker black, things like that. And then Sirius I'm gonna make is like, I don't want to say like star power, but like kind of a brighter thing. And the only reason I'm saying that is because in combat they're very, you know, it's very different when you switch to them, because you have to kind of remember who they are, but also because they do their own attacks independently when you're not using them. Now, if you're using your your primary, the other one will use your secondary, and then you swap back. So it's not like they get their own whole unique arsenal. But this gives me hope for like Equinox. Like, this would be an easy thing to do. Okay, so if it's not obvious, it's actually in your quests. It's in your main quests. It's this one. This is how you start. You get all the, you do this, the Jade Shadows constellations, and it takes you through the story. I know this scene looks really confusing, but it explains it. And that's how you access the twins originally, and then you have to go to Railjack. And then you go to Uranus Proxima, or Uranus, and then you do, these are both assassination and skirmish missions. You do them, and it gives you rewards, and then you actually go to Pointus Tower. And you can see all this stuff. It's kind of another social space. It's pretty cool. And then you actually just get to come and talk to Hunhao. And Hunhao has all the stuff. If you get to rank 10 with your Railjack, you can actually get Ryoku and Vena to be your friends. This is something I really do want, and you need the other, those Sayandana, and then you actually get both of the twins' different sides. There's also an ephemera in here and some skins. It's kind of a lot. Some Honoria. This I really, really want.
Why have the beasts not assembled?
I'm gonna buy it. It gets you Warframe, which is crazy. I gotta go get an Argon crystal, and then I can build Warframe. And then, yeah, you get your, kind of like Equinox, you gotta get 2 and 2. So you really have to grind out those 2 assassination missions. Luckily they're pretty good. They're not bad. You have to run them quite a few times. It's kind of like when they released Foley. You had to do that whole dark thing a lot. And there is one of the brothers, and then if you go to the other side, where is he? Here he is. And there's the other brother. So yeah, I think they did a really great job. There's some glitches still between the two of them. Personally, I've noticed the black hole from Orion tends to sometimes not directly tell you if you're actually getting hit numbers. And of course, it sucks up dead bodies too, so that doesn't help as well. So then you craft that all. You get some other rewards. Let's see if it. Oh, it doesn't show me. But yeah, that's the twins. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you all in the next one.